Hogwarts Legacy 2 is now officially in production, according to the WB Games president, David Haddad, according to Variety in a brand new story. And in that interview, they gave us details regarding the game's priority level at WB Games. We also have some details regarding the story, which according to David Haddad, it's actually going to coincide with the Harry Potter HBO series, but we'll talk more about that in a bit, which that right there gives us a ton to work off of in terms of the game story, the setting, and where Hogwarts Legacy 2 is going to take place in the Harry Potter timeline. We have a lot to cover, guys, so check the video chapters for easy viewing, and let's get into it. So obviously the big news is that Hogwarts Legacy 2 is now officially in production, according to Variety in a brand new interview with David Haddad, like I just mentioned in the intro. Well, it's happening. The game is officially in production, which is really exciting. So if we jump over to the Variety article, we're just going to go ahead and read off some of the key points, to which they said Warner Brothers was encouraged last year by the strong response from Harry Potter fans to the new video game Hogwarts Legacy, which wound up the top-selling game of 2023 and has crossed 30 million units sold as of last month. They then said that Warner Brothers Games division has also churned out Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, which released in August, and a remastered version of the Lego Harry Potter collection of games. They then said, and Warner Brothers Games is at work on a video game sequel to Hogwarts Legacy, which is quote unquote a very big priority for Warner Brothers Discovery's C-suite. To which David Haddad said, we have known for some time that fans are looking for more things in this world, and so we're spending a lot of time thinking about that. Our insights tell us that there are not huge distinctions between a younger version of a fan and an older version of a fan. They're just deep Harry Potter fans, and we try to build authentic experiences to delight them. The article then goes on to say that Rowling is not involved in managing the franchise, but Warner Brothers Discovery executives keep her updated via her literary agent. To which the head of global consumer products at WB said, if we're going to ever go beyond canon conversation, we make sure that we're all comfortable with what we're doing. And by far the biggest news in this entire interview is that Haddad says that the games team has been coordinating some of the big picture storytelling elements in the Hogwarts Legacy sequel with the storylines that will play out in Harry Potter's HBO series coming from Warner Brothers Television. He then notes that the success of Hogwarts Legacy helped stoke confidence that the time was right to make a major Potter push. Quote, the rest of the company was very curious about what we helped to unlock with Hogwarts Legacy last year. So from that Variety article, we did get a ton of information, but the one part that I really want to talk about, and this is the part that I think a lot of people are going to be shocked about, is the fact that the game is planned to coordinate these storylines with the upcoming Harry Potter HBO series. Now that news right there literally has implications that are so far reaching. We're talking everything from the story, the setting, and even the release window. Like we could potentially know when this game is going to be releasing because of the HBO series. This also basically confirms that the Hogwarts Legacy sequel will not be a direct sequel, as the plot of the Harry Potter series takes place from 1991 to 1998, and of course the Hogwarts Legacy story took place in the 1890s. But now the question is when is the Hogwarts Legacy game going to take place? Obviously we know that the HBO series is set to air sometime around 2026, and let's be honest, they're not going to release Hogwarts Legacy 2 within 2 years. It's just likely not going to happen, which tells me is if the storylines are going to like coincide or just be connected in some ways, it probably won't be connected to the first season. However, it could be maybe season 2 or 3, depending on how they do things. Now, there's a lot of potential for them to just do a prequel to the Harry Potter series. One of the things that I've wanted for so long is a story told about the First Order of the Phoenix and tell us the story of Voldemort's first rise to power. Like, you guys don't even know, I've been wanting this for so long. I even made a logo last year, I believe it was. Hogwarts Legacy, the First Order. Like, look at this tweet. This is from March 24th, 2023. I said, Hogwarts Legacy, the First Order, a story based on the rise of Voldemort and the creation of the First Order of the Phoenix. This would allow them to connect the storylines. It would also allow them to release this game within any time between the first season and even season 5. Like, imagine this gets released between Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix. That would be the perfect timeline. You release the First Order before you release Order of the Phoenix, and at the very end of the First Order game, you have Voldemort going to Harry Potter's room, going to hit Harry Potter with the Avada Kedavra. It backfires. End scene. Now, another possibility is that they tell the story about the Chamber of Secrets opening the first time. Imagine you're walking down the halls of Hogwarts and you just have Tom Riddle walking alongside you. Like, that would be such a sick story to tell. That would also coincide with the release of the Chamber of Secrets season of the HBO series. I have a feeling that whatever they do with Hogwarts Legacy 2, it'll be like kind of a prequel, or rather just a contained story that leads us to the events that happen in the season of the show. Now, it could be the case that we are in Hogwarts Castle alongside Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Maybe we befriend them, but I don't think that's what they mean when they say connected to the story. Like, that would be so tough to do, dude. Also, a random other student is not going to be the center of attention whenever whenever Harry, Ron, and Hermione are in the castle. Like, it's just not going to happen. At least I think. Now, is it still possible? Yeah, it's possible, but like I said, it just doesn't really make sense. So now to briefly talk about the gameplay for Hogwarts Legacy 2, we know what we want for this game. We just want more RPG elements. It's a Hogwarts Legacy, so let it be our legacy, not a predetermined legacy. We need more RPG mechanics. We need companion system. We need more spells. We need the house point system. We don't really need Quidditch, although I would love Quidditch, especially a storyline in that. Like, that would be so sick. Obviously, gobstones and other mini games like that. Now, this point I've harped on for so long, and that is the fact that I need our decisions to actually mean something in Hogwarts Legacy 2. Like, we can't just go around and using the killing curse willy-nilly without consequences in game. Like, honestly, if we use the killing curse in Hogwarts Legacy 2, it should force us down the path of being a Death Eater, especially if the story takes place whenever Voldemort first rose to power. Like, imagine having to choose between the two factions. Like, you either want to join the Order of the Phoenix or pledge your loyalty to Voldemort and become a Death Eater. Like, that would be such a cool timeline, man. I'm telling you, there's so many stories that could be told. One thing is for sure is that we kind of know when the story is going to take place if they decide to do a connected story. At least I would hope so. Like, if it's anywhere near the events of the First Wizarding War when Voldemort first rose to power, that would take place between 1970 and 1981, which during the First Wizarding War is when Voldemort was actually at the height of his power. But that's only if they want the game to take place within the late 1900s. Now, another thing that I will say about the gameplay is we need more classroom activities. That's one of the parts that it was really lacking in the last game. It's totally fine to just keep us in the classroom for a bit, keep us in Hogwarts. The game is called Hogwarts Legacy, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. So let's get us back into the classrooms. So now with Hogwarts Legacy's sequel being in production and having a very big priority, the question that I think a lot of people want to know is, when is Hogwarts Legacy 2 going to release? Like, what's the timeline on this thing? How long is it going to take for them to develop it? And will we have to wait 5+ years? Well, with production starting right now and the game being a sequel, they've already got pretty much the shell of the game already done. So now it's just about iterating, which still will take a long time. Like, it's not going to be an easy task, but at least they have things to work off of, like the game engine. And as I've mentioned, if the game plans to coincide with the HBO series, we know that that's not going to air until probably 2026. And if the development timeline for Hogwarts Legacy 2 is going to be like anywhere between 4, maybe 5 years, that would put the release date anywhere between 2028. They could get the game done within 3 years, but I don't think that's likely at all, especially whenever you look at how Avalanche develops their games. They try to make sure that the games are exactly how they want them to be before they launch. It was the same thing that happened with Hogwarts Legacy. Like, they delayed the game until it was ready, and I think we all appreciated that so much because whenever the game launched, it was in a great state. So that's why I think this thing is going to take 4, maybe 5, possibly 6 years to develop. With the HBO series being a multi-season show, it's not like they have to rush and get it done before 2026. They have so much time to work on it, especially if they plan to tell the story of the First Wizarding War, which I'm not really a betting man, but if I were to bet, I would say that that's what they're going to do. But again, I have no idea. And then another thing to consider whenever it comes to the release and the reveal is they're probably not going to reveal this thing until it's pretty much ready. Like, I think they're going to try to avoid any of the delays, especially because Hogwarts Legacy was kind of riddled with delays. So they're probably going to try to avoid that with the next game. So I'm going to throw out a guess for whenever they're going to reveal the game. This is just a prediction. I like to do this in my videos so that I can go back to see how far off I was. But I have a feeling that this game is going to be officially revealed. Like, we're going to get a trailer sometime in 2027. Be sure to comment when you guys think it's going to release and reveal. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up with this video. How did you like my theory of the First Order and telling of the First Wizarding War? Let me know down below in the comment section. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on so you're not missing out on any future gaming news. And until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.